Hi everyone, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with another design team layout for the Scrap the Boys challenge, and we are working on our December traditions for this month's challenge, and the challenge prompt was in the intro to this video if you would like to go back and have a look. But pretty much we're just documenting our traditions, and I am of course working with the gorgeous new Cocoa Vanilla Studio Merry and Bright collection. I got the entire collection. I am on the design team for Cocoa Vanilla Studio as well, so I was lucky enough to receive the whole thing, and of course I have not been able to put it down. It's just such a beautiful collection, and there's so many inspiring bits and pieces in this collection that I've just got so many ideas, and yeah, I'm not ready to stop using it just yet. So of course I had to fussy cut this wreath paper out. It's absolutely stunning. It's got that beautiful big floral cluster at the bottom. I'm going through with my craft knife and just cutting out the center portion, and I am leaving quite a decent white border around the edge because, as you can see, those sprigs and berries don't really touch. There is white space between them, so that white border just helps make it look a bit more natural. I am going to back the inside of the wreath with this beautiful paper. It's a gorgeous pale peppermint color with white Christmas trees all over it, and I have just stuck that on with double-sided tape. And of course I did cut it down a little bit because I didn't need the whole sheet, and I'm not going to waste a scrap of this gorgeous paper if I can help it. So once that was stuck down, I went through with some adhesive foam. You can see there, single-sided adhesive foam, and just cut out a bunch of tiny pieces and stuck some underneath the edge of all those little fronds. I just wanted lots of texture and dimension. And this is the photo I'm using. This is of my son dressed up for Christmas. He has his little Christmas shirt on. I don't think there was a particular special occasion for this day, but I know he did wear this shirt to the Christmas parade, so there's a good chance that we were going somewhere Christmassy when I took this photo. So I just love it. He's got his arms out for me to come and get him off the bar stool. I must have just done his hair because his hair is all neat, and yeah, he's just, yeah, he was so cute. He was so little back then. Okay, I'm just going through the paper pad now and pulling out this pink paper. It's a really pretty kind of creamy, soft pink color, and I just liked how this contrasted against the peppermint of the background paper that I've used inside that wreath. So I'm just going to tuck that underneath there, and that is all the backing I'm going to do on that photo. I want to keep it quite simple. I'm going to do some splatters now. I'm just going to come in with some black watercolor here, and I'm tucking the piece that I cut out of the center of the wreath underneath. I'm just trying to keep the splatters on the outside. I don't want any getting on that peppermint paper. So I'm using black because there are some pops of black in the bottom cluster, so the center of those flowers, and I think some on those little buds. So I just wanted to bring some of that black further up to the top of the layout just so it looked a little more balanced. So I'm just going all the way around the top of the wreath with that, and then I'm coming in here with just some gold, and I do go all the way around with the gold as well. That's just an ink mist spray. So that is all done. I've let it dry off camera, place my photo back, and I am going to use these letters for my title. Spell out the word joy. They are off one of the papers from the collection. It is a paper just full of titles, so I have gone through and fussy cut that whole page out, as you can imagine. And they were fading a little bit into the background, especially that middle letter, because it's the same color as the background. So I'm inking up the edges with this black felt pen to try and help it stand out a bit, but I do end up messing up quite badly on one of them, and it just looked messy and it still wasn't standing out enough for me. So I've decided just to go in with a fine liner pen in black and just color in that whole border. So I did leave about a millimeter of white border around all the letters, and I'm just going to go ahead and color all that border in with black. So I have a nice little black border on all my letters. It helps them stand out, and it hides that mistake I made with inking in the first place. So it was a happy accident really, because I'm really pleased with how it turned out this way. I am going to add some foam to the back of these letters just to help them stand up, because I am going to tuck them over I'm going to tuck the J over the top of my photo, so this helps just keep everything kind of flat and level. So there we go. I'm going to come in with embellishments now. I don't do a whole lot of embellishing because already the layout is pretty full and looking great, but I do want to add some florals and a few bits and pieces. I love that little heart. That was a spur of the moment thing, putting the heart in the center of the O. I just like how it filled in that white space, and yeah, it's a nice pink color that isn't in any of the other letters. It just went really nicely. So I tucked in that red floral just to fill out that bottom cluster a bit. Then I'm adding a few little tabs and banners at the top of my photo here. So I do use that Joy to the World and that little Merry tab. I like the pop of red that brung to the top of the photo. And I am going to tuck that other floral cluster. It's quite a large cluster at the top right there to help balance out the large cluster going on at the bottom of the page. And that turned out really nicely. Really pleased with that. It's a nice large cluster, but it's quite a bit smaller compared to the bottom one. But it looks like it was just meant to be there. So I'm just going to pop up the edges on some adhesive foam just around the outside edge. And then I will start to stick everything down. I'm just using some tacky glue behind all my bits and pieces. And I will speed through this in just a second. There we go. So just a little bit of tacky glue. I'm really a fan of glue. I just find it's easier to move things around and reposition things. I will add a couple of these tiny word stickers. I do put this one, I think it says naughty or nice, because his shirt was something about being naughty or nice. So I am also going to add a couple down the bottom below my title here. I think it says Magic Moments, just as a bit of a subtitle. And then the very last thing I'm going to do is add some sequins. So I'm flicking through all the sequins I have. I do end up pulling out this vintage dairy mix from Spiegel Mom Scraps. I just really like the pinks in these. So I'm going to go ahead and scatter a few of the pink sequins around, and then some of these little gold ones that are just out of my stash. Just a random no-name brand. So I'm going to do a couple of clusters around my title here. And I'm just doing 2 pink ones and a gold one in each cluster, I think. And then for the rest, I'm just going to scatter all the way around the outside of my wreath. I am also going to add a sequin to the center of each of the florals, just for a little bit of extra detail. I really like doing that when I have florals on a page. So go ahead and do that, and then the rest will just sprinkle all the way around the outside of the wreath. And that's my layout done. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this layout. Don't forget to check the description box for the link to the blog post so you can check out all the other amazing layouts created by our amazing design team. And I will see you next time. Close-ups are coming up. Bye guys.